All right, welcome boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. This is Magic Mike, and this is the Sports Execution of Football Handicapping Show for Wednesday, August 12th. Sassy Sarah, welcome back.
Hello.
Wherever you may be, we want to thank you for watching, whatever platform you're on. We give insights, not noise, right? We're going to give you some insights. You can check us out on YouTube, Instagram, Spotify, TikTok, Facebook, and I'm on X at Magic Mike SC. Last year we did ESPN and Fox Sports, and this year we're doing the nationwide podcast. All right, guys, why are we in this chair? Well, I'm pretty good at the NFL, and she's actually really good at college too, and some NFL, right? But we look at a lot of things, guys, a lot of things that other people don't look at. Betting splits against the spread, phase versus dogs, rest advantage, we'll talk about that, that's a big one. Travel, turf, rests, weather, etc. And we've got some football.
Yay.
Yes.
About time.
We had a game last week, right? We had some technical difficulties, so didn't get a chance to give you the picks, but we had the Hall of Fame game.
Yeah.
Canton, Ohio, where it all started, and we had some really good football. Second highest scoring game in preseason history.
I was really surprised.
63 points scored in that game. And so we had, we took the over in that game.
Yeah.
34 points, right? Easily covered with 63. And we had Cardinals. We took the Arizona Cardinals plus 1.5. And we had the pick right the whole night.
Yep.
Until 5 seconds left in the game, right? And then we had Haynes King, this kid that was on fire, 21 of 34, 180 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he ran in the final score, right? So Carolina lost by 3, so we were off by 1.5.
Carolina won by 3, sir.
Yeah, Carolina won by 3, sorry. And then I looked at like Kenny Pickett, as you started the game for Carolina, kind of shaky.
Yeah.
He didn't look confident.
Not surprising.
Yeah, he didn't look good.
I don't think he's very good at quarterback in general. So
8 of 11, 62 yards, and his passer rating was 86, so it wasn't very good. On the other side, Carson Beck, the guy played like a starter, right?
yeah.
15 of 19, 188 yards. He had 1 TD and a passer rating of 125. And then his backup, Keaton Slovis, 9 of 10, 106 yards, okay, but 144.2 rating. So really good play from these guys.
Yeah.
And success rates, we talked about success rate, right?
Yeah.
So how successful are you on downs 1, 2, and 3,
Right.
just getting 5, 3, and 2 yards, right, and converting, right, success rate.
Exactly.
So Carson Beck's success rate was among the highest ever in the history of a preseason game. So I thought that was pretty cool. And we've got some games we're going to look at here in a little bit. 2 games that we're looking at this weekend, right? That I think, even though it's preseason, you can make money. The books are off. There is one game actually in week 1 that's really off. 11.5 points is the spread, and that's going to be Arizona at the Chargers, which, since we're talking about Arizona, we're going to talk about that game.
Yeah.
I'm also looking at the Patriots at the Seahawks. 77% of the sharps, the professional bettors, right? They are taking Patriots plus 3.5.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. And then we have Niners at the Rams, and I'm actually on next week's show, I'm going to break down what Sean McVay is doing versus what Kyle Shanahan's doing to prepare for this trip.
Right.
Their schedule, their eating habits, what they're going to do on the plane. I mean, they're flying a lot of miles over to Australia for that game. So,
Yeah.
And then obviously we got Arizona at the Chargers, so we're going to take a look at that game. But Hall of Fame, a lot of fun, even though we lost 1 pick.
Yeah.
We still broke even, right, guys? Okay. So yeah,
Can't win them all. Can't win them all.
Can't win them all. Yeah, but Hall of Fame was pretty fun. So next we're going to talk about the edge, right? This is our segment where we give away some tips and things that I look at, and I've got my little cheat sheet that I laminate.
Ooh.
It's laminated. Look, it's
Fancy.
nice colors and notes and stuff. And here's all the against the spread numbers last year for the NFL. And so I look at 3 key things. So we're going to take a look at this, right? And again, log on to sportsexecutioner.com. We've got a special going on right now, right? 4 to 5 picks in the NFL and college each week for $149, right? Pretty darn good. Or you can get the whole season for $9.89. Now on the 15th, that's going to go up to $15.89. So you're going to want to get in there.
Deal's good.
Subscribe, man. Yeah, just do it, man. And ladies, do it. Your guys are gonna love you, right? So, but yeah, this year 10 new head coaches. We talked about that.
Yeah.
21 OCs, right? Offensive coordinators. 16 new defensive coordinators, right? So there's a lot going on. Then when you look at the, net rest advantage, right? Some of the teams get a lot of rest, and a lot of teams are not getting a lot of rest. Then we're going to look at the strength of schedule, right? So we look at last year's win loss percentage, right? So who are the really good teams, right? And then what I do is I look at coaching additions, right?
Right.
I look at off-season roster changes,
Yep,
things
exactly.
like that. So you want to look at those things. So that's really interesting. So, but what's this net rest edge differential? Do you know what that is?
You explained it to me, sir.
I'm gonna
But
tell
you
you.
can do it again.
But these three things that I'm going to talk about, this is why I pick at 71%. I look at a whole host of other things too, which we'll talk about, and then you read a lot. You
Right.
have to be a sponge. You have to absorb everything. So net rest edge differential just means we look at your 17 teams that you're going to play this year, right? And then how many days of rest, recovery,
Right. Their
preparation.
travel.
Exactly. So what do you have versus those 17 opponents, right? And so I can tell you, if you just look at this little guy at the bottom here, we've got the LA Chargers, right? And a lot of people have them at like number 7 on power rankings, right?
Yeah.
I think they're going to be okay. They're good. They're a good team, but when you look at the rest differential, they're way down here at the bottom. They have 24 less days of rest, recovery, and preparation than their
Than
opponents.
Okay.
That's brutal. It's brutal.
Yeah.
If I go on the other side, we look up here, we've got the Chicago Bears, right? They have 15 days of net rest positive,
Yeah.
right? So they're going to be rested, ready to go, and so on. Then we look at strength of schedule. Kind of talked about that. So the Arizona Cardinals, right? Everyone likes to pick on them, but in the Hall of Fame game, they played pretty darn good,
Yeah.
right? They won 3 games last year. The over/under this year is 4.5.
Okay.
I think they'll actually. I didn't think so going into the season, but
That's how they played.
Carson Beck and so on, I think they're going to win more than 4.5. So, but yeah, they've got the worst schedule. So they have the toughest schedule. They're number 32, right? Then you look on the other side at the Detroit Lions. So they went 9-8 last year, but they have the easiest strength of schedule. They're number 1 easiest schedule. They've got 1 day of net rest advantage.
Wow.
And they're only flying 18,000 miles. Only flying.
Only. Yeah.
Niners are flying 38,000 miles this year, 58 time zones in 3 countries.
Yeah.
Right? So I can tell you the Niners are not going to win the NFC West.
No.
I can tell you the Rams,
The Rams.
do you think they're going to win the Super Bowl?
No.
Okay, I agree with you.
No, I don't think so. They're a good team, yeah.
But everyone's picking them to win the Super Bowl, right?
All because they have Myles Garrett now?
Yeah. Well, they were still good.
They're still good, yeah. They're
They
decent.
lost to Seattle 31-27.
Right. I mean, honestly, all of like last year's postseason, who made it? It was wild. It should not have been the teams who should have.
Yeah.
So I could definitely be wrong, but I don't think Rams are the ones to go all the way. I don't know. I haven't decided who yet, though.
So travel is important too. Right?
100%.
So circadian disruption. Do you know what that means?
No.
It's one of the things we look at with travel, right? So your external environment, your body's internal
Okay.
clock, right?
Yeah.
And then
That
it's
makes
just unnatural. And these athletes are very used to having structure and routine and rhythm and sleep and when they eat and everything, when they work out, all that kind of stuff. So this unnatural rhythm impacts your fatigue, body clock, but most importantly, reaction times.
Yep.
People are just off, right? They're
Well, and then you have
tired.
the weather that you have to account for, like
Yeah.
as it gets into the colder seasons, and you know
We look at refs.
yeah.
So if I'm a coach and I'm yelling at refs all the time, or a certain team of refs, and they travel in packs, as a ref, I remember that stuff. So that impacts my future calls against
Yeah,
that
the
asshole of a coach, right? You know,
The grudges.
So Carolina has the easiest schedule, travel schedule, right? So they're 8,740 miles in the air, or travel in general. They also have a net rest advantage of 8 days, so they're going to get some rest. Their strength of schedule, it's essentially the 3rd hardest, right? So they got a hard schedule now, but I like them. Last year, they were the 6th best team against the spread.
Yeah.
They won 11-7. Now,
Yeah, definitely some improvements.
they were 8-9 straight up.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I was not expecting them to do as well as they did.
well, 8-9 straight up, not very good, but
Yeah.
they were 11-7 against the spread. They were 6-3 against the spread at home, 5-4 against the spread on the road. So they were a really good team, and this year we're going to make a lot of money with them, right? So
Hopefully.
they got the easiest. We talked about Niners. They have the hardest schedule, right? And then the Rams, right? And you're already saying they're not going to win the Super Bowl. Well, before Myles Garrett, they were plus 800 to win the Super Bowl. Now they have the best odds at plus 500.
That's crazy.
But no one's talking about this, guys. If I said bet the Rams right now to win the Super Bowl, I'm telling you to commit handicapping suicide.
Yeah.
Okay, because they've got a negative 6-day rest differential, just it's a disadvantage. They've got the fourth hardest schedule against the other teams, and they travel 35,000 miles across 54 time zones. Translated, they will not make the Super Bowl. They will not make it out of the NFC West. So anyone making that bet, it's a sucker bet. Okay. Then we look at other things. So we talked about refs, right? Especially with the pass interference calls. You know, they're
Yeah,
human.
those have been getting.
They're human.
Yeah.
Right? And if I yell at you all the time, you're not going to like me.
Right.
Right.
Absolutely
Right.
not.
Then I look at the sharps, the professional bettors. What are they doing? Right.
Mm-hmm.
Then we look at, like you said, the turf, the weather.
Yeah.
Like Detroit's going to win a lot of games because they have a lot of home games and they're the best
Yeah.
dome team in the history.
Yeah, dome stadium as well, or whether
Yeah.
it's an open stadium, a lot of it has an impact.
I even look at hotels.
Oh, you do.
I look at what their menu looks
thought of
like, where they're staying, what's the record for food poisoning at said hotel, and so on, right? So you look at a lot of weird, crazy stuff. So, anyways, guys, but
point.
a lot of information there. Those are three of the things I take a look at, and it can and we do it each week, right? So we'll say, okay, well, what's their rest versus their opponent? Who are they playing? And where did they travel last week
Yeah.
or this week?
Especially when it comes to traveling outside of the country.
Oh yeah, we got 9. I think it's 8 or 9 international games this year.
Wow.
So that's the most. Australia, Mexico City, et cetera. So it's a lot of stuff. So anyways, sign on to sportsexecutioner.com. You can also check us out on YouTube. Hit that like and subscribe button, my friends. You can DM. Last week we had a little. Actually, wasn't on the show because are on the air. So we talked about our uniforms, right? Our little outfits, right? And we made an executive decision since Jerky Man's not here that we're going to ditch those polos, right? And wear something that's more
comfortable.
more
I mean, we
cool.
can wear should it be something more uniform? Should it be something whatever the heck we want?
Yeah. So anyways, sportsexecutioner.com. Do yourself a favor, subscribe and start winning today. Now, okay, the last segment we're going to talk about, is that okay, Miss Producer? We're good? Okay. So how do you make money in the preseason?
Never thought you really could make that much, but you guys are proving me wrong. So
These books, they don't know how to handicap the preseason. No one really knows.
yeah, well,
Right?
because a lot of people, including me, think preseason again is more throwaway games. Like you're more of giving those, third or fourth string a chance, or the newbies a chance to
Yeah.
get to first string, and you're not really giving it your all. Plus, you want to stay away from any possible injuries for your star players.
Absolutely.
So how hard are they letting you go?
Sassy Sarah, she knows what she's talking about. Okay.
I try.
All right. So what we do is traditionally we want to go with what we call short road dogs. That means they're a plus. So like you look at some of these teams, like we got the Rams at the Chiefs. Rams are plus 2.5. So it's a small line. So plus 2.5. And usually, if you look at the last decade, 75 and 38 against the spread, right?
Yeah.
The short road dogs win, but I also like the home dogs, right? So I took a look at a couple things. So we've got Vikings at Giants. So I looked at John Harbaugh. What does he typically do in the preseason, right? He's a winner. He likes to win. It's his first game as head coach of the Giants, right?
I think he'll be a good fit.
He's a good coach. His first press conference was weird. I will tell you.
Oh,
that.
I didn't see anything.
Very strange. But that's okay.
I'll have to look it up.
I'm a New York Giant. It's great to be a Giant. I'm in awe. Oh, this is great. And I'm like, what are you talking about? You're the
Team
coach,
spirit, man. Team spirit.
So 41-22-1 against the spread. He's the winningest coach in the NFL preseason against the spread, right? And then we have, let's see, that was with the Ravens. The OC for the Giants has not been happy with the practice habits of the Giants, which also speaks to Harbaugh as well. But Jackson Dart's expected to play probably 3 quarters. And then historically, like we talked about, 75 and 38 against the spread, and that's the road dogs, right? But I also like the home dogs, right?
Yeah.
So Vikings are -1.5 at the Giants, right? And I think just based on how John plays, it's his first game as the Giants head coach. Jackson Dart and most of the starters are going to play at least the first half,
Yeah.
right? And so you look on the other side, Kyler Murray for the Vikings, right? And he got the nod at starter over first round draft pick J.J. McCarthy, which was interesting. So first game, I think what I'm doing in that game is probably going, this is a free pick, guys, so they won't be free forever, okay? So you're going to want to subscribe at sportsexecutioner.com. But I like the Giants in the first half of that game. If you can get it, because a lot of the books, they don't want to give out first half in the preseason first half lines because they're terrified, right? this is how they can lose the house. So I like the Giants if you can get it. I got it at +1. And typically these dogs, they typically win. So to tell at the +2.5, I know it can be +2.5 all the way to they can win by a point.
Yeah.
Right. So I like that game. Then we have the other game.
Yeah.
So that's Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Then we have the short road dog, right? So again, that's the Rams at the Chiefs. And then Andy Reid, he's one of the, I wouldn't say worse because he just doesn't care.
No,
and you know the coach.
Yeah,
right?
he'd rather keep.
He's got the Chiefs' pulse.
I
Right?
do. He'd rather keep the healthy ones, which is smart.
It is
You know,
smart.
away from getting hurt. Let the little kids play, essentially.
Yeah, yeah. So, and you know, Patrick Mahomes coming off the injury.
Yeah.
You don't want him to get hurt, folks, because that's,
No.
you saw what happened last year, right? Right?
I saw it.
So Andy Reid, just real quick, 36, 43-1 against the spread, right? And he's going to be playing Sean McVay, who historically is a pretty good preseason coach, 15 and 12 against the spread. Now, I'm not saying winning in the game, I'm just saying covering the spread.
Right.
Right? So you've got Andy Reid, who's probably not going to really care. You've got Sean McVay. I will tell you, Rams are the better team, right? But starters are going to be out and things. So I think that's a great pick. So I'm looking at Rams +3.5 or 2.5 in that game.
I agree with it.
And I think that's those are the two picks there. So a little bit on kind of what we do as a show, as a handicapping team. Some things I look at in terms of metrics, and this is just regular season. Once the postseason starts, everything changes. This whole clock gets set back because now they're used to the travel. They're used to not as tired.
They're in their groove.
They've worked into
hopefully.
that routine, yeah. So anyways, that's it for today's show. And again, this is Magic Mike with Sassy Sara. And again, log on to YouTube, hit the like and subscribe button, go to sportsexecutioner.com, spend a little money, $149, you're going to get the picks. The preseason, we're just kind of giving out.
Yeah.
Okay, but if you do it from $149 and let's say you pay this week, well, you're already locked in for week 1, right? And this is how we can help you make money. Once you win a couple games with us, guess what? You're probably going to buy the whole season because it's a good deal, but that's only a couple weeks out. So anyways, so log on, subscribe, and start winning today.
Yeah.